Everything changed overnight. He had a future, just a line of thing, just the life misery of Cordis. This is not just a story of loss. It's a story of resilience. Life has a way of changing without warning. Sometimes slowly, like a tide rising. And sometimes all at once. This is the story of a man whose world shifted overnight. A story about love, sacrifice, loss, and the long road back to himself.
At 30 years old, Daniel was living the life he once dreamed of, a high-profile job in a tech company. The metrics show a clear path forward for our next phase.
A six-figure salary.
A sleek, luxurious two-bedroom apartment in Canary Wharf, floor-to-ceiling windows, river views, the kind of place that made visitors whisper "wow" under their breath. He worked hard. All right, team, let's review the projections.
The data shows a positive trend.
Agreed, we need to adjust the timeline. Good, let's move on it.
He played hard.
He traveled, he networked, he lived fast.
But beneath the polished exterior was a truth he never forgot. He was an only child, raised single-handedly by his mother, Grace.
Grace was the kind of woman who gave everything she had, even when she had nothing.
The days she fasted because the food in the house was only enough for one person.
The mornings she left home before sunrise to clean offices.
Every success he achieved, every milestone he reached, he carried her with him.
One evening, after a long day at work, Daniel's phone rang. It was his mother. Her voice was calm, too calm. She asked him to come over.
"Mom, is everything okay?" When he arrived, she sat him down. Her hands trembled slightly, and then she said the words that shattered his world.
I've been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
The room fell silent. Daniel felt the ground shift beneath him. His breath caught in his throat. His life, everything he had built, suddenly felt meaningless.
The next morning, Daniel walked into his office. He typed up his resignation. He handed it in without hesitation.
Why would he leave?
People asked him why. Why leave a job others would kill for? Why walk away from a life he'd worked so hard to build?
His answer was simple: "My mother needs me." He became her full-time carer. He drove her to every hospital appointment.
He fed her when she couldn't lift a spoon. He cleaned her when she was too weak to move. He held her when the pain became unbearable. He whispered encouragement when she wanted to give up. Love became his full-time job. Despite every treatment, every prayer, every moment of hope.
Grace's body grew weaker. Daniel watched the strongest woman he knew fade before his eyes. He stayed by her side day and night. He held her hand through every wave of pain. He told her stories from his childhood, stories that made her smile even through the suffering.
And then, Mom, I climbed the tree, but the branch snapped. I fell right into the bushes. Covered in leaves, but it was so much fun.
And then, one quiet morning, as sunlight crept through the curtains, Grace took her final breath. Daniel didn't cry at first. He just sat there, numb, holding the hand that had held his since the day he was born.
Her funeral was small, dignified, and filled with love. But when it was over, Daniel returned to a world that no longer made sense.
Back in his Canary Wharf apartment, Daniel felt the walls closing in.
The space that once felt luxurious now felt hollow. He was unemployed. He was grieving. And depression crept in quietly, tightening its grip day by day. Bills piled up. Rent reminders turned into warnings. Warnings turned into eviction notices. He tried to keep up. He really did. But grief doesn't care about direct debits. Eventually, he was evicted. He stayed with friends for a while. Couch to couch. Spare room to spare room.
We can't do this anymore. You have to go.
I'm sorry, please just leave.
But people have limits. And eventually, he ran out of places to go. One night, with nowhere left to turn, Daniel found himself sleeping on the streets of East London. A man who once lived in a luxury apartment, now curled up under a thin blanket on a concrete floor. He was street homeless for weeks, invisible, hungry, exhausted, broken. One morning, a Rough Sleepers outreach team found him.
Here, have some water. And here's some food.
We're here to help.
They placed him in a B&B. They assigned him a support worker, someone who listened, someone who cared.
First, register with a GP. Then, apply for universal credit.
He registered with a GP. He applied for universal credit.
He registered with a GP. He applied for universal credit. For the first time in months, he felt a flicker of hope.
Healing wasn't quick. It wasn't easy. Other days, he couldn't get out of bed. But slowly, he rebuilt himself. Therapy helped him understand his grief. Routine helped him regain stability.
Support helped him rediscover hope.
Support helped him rediscover hope. He started volunteering. Here's your salad, enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. He reconnected with his colleagues. He applied for jobs, nervous but determined. And then he got an offer. A new tech role. A fresh start.
With his first few paychecks, he rented a modest one-bedroom flat.
This is it, my own place!
Not as luxurious as Canary Wharf, but it's perfect, a symbol of survival.
Daniel missed his mother every day. Her voice, her laughter. Her strength. But he knew deep down that she would be proud. Proud of the man who cared for her until the very end. Proud of the man who refused to stay broken. Proud of the man who rebuilt his life from the ashes. He lived now not just for himself, but in her memory. Life can change overnight. Sometimes for the worse. Sometimes for the better. But resilience is built in the quiet moments when no one is watching. Daniel's story is not just about loss. It's about love, sacrifice, recovery, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her son. And though grief shaped him, it did not define him.